Today, it's all about making this bamboo look good. Give it the look it actually deserves. Because right now, it just looks like a gigantic bush. And it's Filgestachys nigra, so it's the black bamboo. And clearly, I have done absolutely nothing to it whatsoever. I dug up some rhizomes, but that's pretty much it. So today, we're gonna make this bamboo look sexy. So this one, it is quite a monster. And as you can see here, it's got new culms. They're green right now. They only turn black over time. And if you want to give it a little bit more visual effect, when the new side shoots come up, you just pinch them off. So then you see more of the culm rather than the foliage, which clearly here, that's all you see. So looking at the interior of it, like all these thin culms. I'm going to cut all of these out and the old ones too. There are some dead ones in here. I really have done absolutely nothing to this whatsoever. I mean, we've got all these overhanging culms and they're just fucking annoying. You know, especially when you're trying to walk in between the bamboos, you always have to kick things away. So all of this is going to go as well. And then the new one I just trampled on, that one is obviously going. So let's just start chopping and have a look how we go and how we get on. So now we're just taking these overhanging ones because they're just bloody annoying. So all you do is just go down to the culm all the way to the base. This one here. So all of these thin ones I really don't want, so the plant has more energy to actually focus on producing bigger canes. Also, what you have to consider, the culms, yes, I'm going to reduce the amount of culms we have, but the rhizomes are still wherever the rhizomes are. This does not have anything to do with the width of the bamboo that is underground. That continues to grow. So just because you cut them down on top does not mean they get smaller on the bottom. Bear that in mind. As you can see, there's still new culms coming up. So obviously I'm not going to be touching them. We have to have a look where they're going to go. But the ones that are here, we're going to start to chop. What you can also do, you can just snip off the side shoots to make existing canes just look a hell of a lot better. What I mean by that is you've got the cane here, the side shoots, just put your secateurs right there and cut them off. That way you can see the cane far more and it is a beautiful sight. I mean, dare I say, after just a few minutes of chopping, it looks a lot better. So just imagine what the end result's gonna be. So this is what I mean. So now you can actually see, let me cut these ones off. Do we need them? No, we don't. So you can actually now see the cane is not the thickest cane, granted, but you know, it looks good. This one can go because it's just in the way, and again, it's way too thin. And I know that in today's society, everybody likes thin things. I like them when there is a little bit of meat on them. It's getting there. Let's just take the side shoots off this one and have a look what it looks like, because you can always take the entire culm out if you don't like it. But right now, we do it bit by bit. This is really one of those things where you should take your time, because you're basically constantly on your knees. And when you're on your knees, you want to take time to finish the job. So here I'm taking off about 2/3 of the side shoots. Leave it like that just now. Again, you can always take the culms out later on if it doesn't look as pleasing to the eye as you think. And it is really radical. And the good thing is, if you actually take out too much, you know exactly that next year there's going to be so many more culms coming up. You'll be fine. Just step back to have a look at what you've done. Look at the difference that makes already. Clearly, if you like the bushy look, just keep it. Just don't touch it and do pretty much what I do. Just ignore it and just take the rhizomes out where you don't want the bamboo to grow. But I'm super happy with this. It's so much more airy. Light and airy. What am I now, an estate agent? So when you have a cluster like this, as you can see, all the green ones are new culms, and then you have the dark ones, the older ones. So here you have to decide, okay, good, which one am I going to keep and which one is going to go. Sometimes old must make room for new. Also, there's a situation where new culms come in and where you know that nothing's good is going to come of these. Then you just have to get rid of them as well. And I think this is one of them because it's a little floppy. It's going to go because the older ones are a little bit thicker. So I'm going to keep some of them. Because from the structure, as you can see, it's just, it would have leaned over like that and they would have bucked the shit out of me. So obviously I'm going to continue to cut a lot more off. So, and the good thing is with the canes you cut off, just remove the side shoots and then you can use them as stakes for other plants in the garden. Or you can build wigwams. You can also build a bug hotel. With the amount I'm cutting off, I could probably build a little bug town, you know, including low-cost housing, expensive housing, a whorehouse, a pub, a strip club, you know, that sort of stuff. But no mod cons. So more or less what I imagine an Amish town would be like. So it's entirely up to you what you're going to be doing with the canes. You can just also burn them. But this is the beautiful thing about bamboo. They're so versatile, not just the plants in itself, but also what you can do with the canes at the end of the day when you cut them off. But this is starting to look amazing. And this is also one of those things. You know, many a times when I go to hotels or when I go to, you know, parks, you know, that really are being taken care of. You know, when you see bamboo, you always go, why doesn't mine look like that? And now I know why, because I've been a lazy ass. But this really doesn't take that much time. You just have to go in and start chopping and sculpting, basically. So let's continue with that. I don't know about you guys, but I have to stop my euphoria from going, oh yeah, chop, 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 and all of a sudden you're thinking, oh fuck, it's a bit much. So you really have to step back and going, fine, which one we're going to keep, which one we're not. And then also you have to check yourself because I have had so many spiders crawling on me. And anyway, so yeah, just be mindful, take your time and just be methodical about it, which is something I usually am not. I'm just passionate. So this is now coming to the stage where we really have to be careful. Otherwise you're just going to chop, 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 and all of a sudden there's nothing left. But it is incredible what a transformation this is. I mean, yes, I cut off more than probably 50%. Yeah, more than 50%. But on the other hand, as I said, that thing has been here for years upon years and I haven't done anything at all. So this is very much stripped. So we're only going to be doing a few at the back here now and then call it a day. This is pretty much it. Yes, I went really gang-ho at it and it was way more than half of the plant I actually cut out. But what you also have to consider is quite a few of these canes were dead. So say a quarter was dead. And so I really took out half of the, you know, healthy ones. But anyway, so this is how it looks right now. I'm absolutely loving the result. And it is light and airy. There's obviously way more space now for new culms to come up. There's not much coming up this year. There's still a few coming up, but not a hell of a lot. So this is more going to be next year when we're seeing the result of all this chopping. Clearly, when you do this, you don't have to be quite as radical as I am. Also, if you just remove, hang on, let me get some here. And also, as you saw, when you just remove the side shoots, obviously you have the canes, which are far more visible, so there could be a lot more. I could have left a lot more canes. I didn't, because I really wanted to produce space for new ones. So let's have a look how this is going to look next year. Clearly there's going to be an update later. There's going to be any update. I don't know what's wrong with me. Go and have a look at your bamboo bush and, you know, tame it a little bit. Or if you like the jungly, unruly kind of look like I did for many, many years, leave it. I'm not going to be doing this to all of my bamboos. First of all, I would have way too much offcuts. Second of all, I just can't be bloody arsed. But this one is going to stay like this. And let's have a look how many canes are going to be coming up next year. And hopefully they're going to be even thicker than the ones this year. Quite a radical change from the way it was looking earlier on. But that's me for the day. And there will clearly be a lot of updates on how this one is doing, and I shall talk to you guys later. Bye.